having a good weekend. I am doing this a little bit backwards because I filmed 2 little clips where I am caking up some yarn that I had on a bobbin. So I'd hand spun it onto just a single bobbin, and then I decided that was all. I only had like 2 ounces. It was just left over from the mill, and I wanted to apply it back on itself. So I caked it into a bobbin, and then I'm showing you guys, well, how I caked it successfully, and then how I applied it just from one single cake of yarn. And by cake, I mean, you know, like this. So, and so then I did a video where you see me plying it. So anyway, I had it in a yarn bowl right next to me, and that went really well. But because I was working with an alpaca and then it had mohair, the mohair kind of would get caught up on itself here and there. So what I ended up doing at the end, as the cake got smaller and a little bit more dicey, I ended up, and I was just going to show you here, I didn't have any more yarn that was already just singles, but same idea with the yarn. So I was pulling from the middle, and you'll see I'm pulling from the outside, right? And what I was doing was one hand was just working the wheel and plying, and then this one I would just kind of do a little motion with. So I was just kind of doing this. So as the yarn, I'm just kind of helping it off. And it gave it just a little bit more tension where it needed it, and it helped me when I would come across a little wonk and the mohair tried to stick to the other yarn, I could sort of manage it a little easier. So if you're not working with mohair, you may not have that issue. Or if you caked your yarn up better, you may not have that issue. But I just wanted to kind of say that as a backup way, or as if it starts to get a little bit stressful and a little bit sticky, there's something to do. And there's the finished yarn. I actually have already soaked this out, so it's all ready to go, and I'm going to cake it up, and I'm actually doing the Filum bracelet. It's just a little bracelet, which I haven't actually knitted a bracelet before, and then it has beadwork in it, and I have never put beads into my knitting, so I'm excited to try it. And this idea came from actually my Fiber Club last month. What they got along with their fiber was some beading supplies, and which led me to do some research on beading. And I don't know if anybody's on Craftsy, but on Craftsy they have a really good beading kind of tutorial. So anyway, that's all I've got. I just wanted to show you kind of how it ended up turning out, and a little technique that I used at the end that you don't see when I'm filming the video, and hope this inspires something. Have a good rest of your weekend, everyone. Bye. Okay, so excuse my really white legs. Hopefully they don't blind you guys on this video. So I have got a center. I'm pulling out of the center, and I'm pulling out of the side from my cake. So I'm going to set that down on the ground. I don't know why, but let me get it where you guys can see it. Pretty good. And then I'm going to set up my wheel, same as I would any other time for plying. So I just have my little bobbin on there. My lead is getting very short, so I'm going to have to put a new one on here, but I think we can make this work. And I am making this yarn. So this is alpaca and mohair. And I am planning to use it to do some knitted beading with. So I'm going to bead onto it. Let's see, I'm a little close to my wheel, so let's see how this goes. So that's my intended use for it. I'm going to get my kinks out here, kind of. And then we just hope. And what I've talked about this before, but what I like to do is let it go in a little bit, pull it out. See, and this looks good to me. It has a little bit of rollback on it, but that's all right. And it looks like this is going to spin up just perfectly the way I have it. So that's how you can, if you just have a small amount of yarn, or if you are using a drop spindle and so you have a small amount of yarn, this is one option versus having to ply it with another bobbin or with another batch that you spin on your drop spindle. So I thought I would just show that, and then we're off and away with spinning. And I have this a little bit higher than I would normally, so we'll turn it down. And there we go. I'll take a peek. This is pretty thin. I'll take a peek and see. Take it. Okay, so now we'll show you what this looks like. And it has such a nice little sheen from the mohair, which alpaca does not have, so that has added a nice little touch to it. And then I'll just take you down to my yarn bowl so you can see that I've got the two strings coming out, one from the outside of the skein and one from the inside. Okay, thanks for watching.